Rec League podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Radio Public, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 22 coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just watched The Lion King. It is the live action remake, reimagining, retelling of the classic 1994 Disney animated movie. I'm going to go character by character so I don't forget anybody, even though I still probably will forget somebody. Simba, young Simba is J.D. McCrary. Simba, grown Simba, is Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino. Nyla, young Nyla, is Shahadi Wright Joseph, who was the daughter in Us. Grown Nyla is Beyonce. James Earl Jones, of course, is Mufasa. Sarabi is Alfre Woodard. Scar is Chiwetel Ejiofor. Zazu is John Oliver. Rafiki is John Kanai. Timon is Billy Eichner. Pumbaa is Seth Rogen. And the hyenas are Florence Kasumba, Keegan-Michael Key, and Eric Andre. And I feel like that's everybody, and I feel like I forgot somebody. It's directed by Jon Favreau, who directed the first two Iron Man movies, Chef, Made with Vince Vaughn, Elf, the live-action Jungle Book, Cowboys and Aliens, and Zathura. Not in that order. If you want to get a shout-out in my review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, stay tuned to the end of the video to figure out how you can do that. Everybody knows this story. Everybody knows this story. Young Simba, Cub Simba, is big on the world, knows that he's going to inherit a whole just safari, and tragedy strikes. He runs from the tragedy based on some advice he gets, and eventually has to come back and defend his throne. Obviously, as you can see, this was an honorable mention for me this year. Like, I was excited. The Jungle Book, going into this, the Jungle Book was my favorite live-action Disney remake, retelling, live, you know what I mean? And I think The Lion King might be my new number one. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. Like, I love the Jungle Book. I really love Beauty and the Beast. And Aladdin is a strong number 3 for me. At the very least, Lion King's my new number 3. And it's not even by that much. I think because what Jon Favreau did with the Jungle Book was basically do a scene-for-scene live-action remake. Instead of the movie being an hour and 20 minutes, it gets expanded. Like, there are some tweaks. Some scenes get tweaks. Some scenes get elaborated upon. Some scenes get stretched to get it to the 2 hours. But at its core, it's a shot-for-shot remake of the animation. And I thought that the new actors were just gonna bug me because they weren't the same actors. Like, James Earl Jones is the only returning actor because Mufasa is that iconic of a voice and that irreplaceable. But aside from hearing Beyonce every time she spoke instead of Nyla, hearing Seth Rogen every time he spoke instead of Pumbaa, everybody else was pretty, like, in character. But Pumbaa and Scar were perfect casting. I loved Chiwetel Ejiofor as Scar, Baron Mordo. I love Seth Rogen as Pumbaa because obviously Timon and Pumbaa were the comic relief. Almost every scene they were in was hilarious. The music hits. I had a bathroom situation, so I missed I Just Can't Wait to Be King, but Circle of Life hit. Be Prepared hit, but it got a little remix. And then obviously Hakuna Matata. The classics. They all hit. Hakuna Matata, man. That's how I try to live my life, man. But, you know, Adults have worries that just can't be ignored. And it's like I don't even really like saying that this is a CGI remake of an animated movie, because this movie is so beautiful. It looks like Disney sent a cast and crew to Africa and trained animals to act as all these characters. Like that's how crazy realistic this movie looks. Like I don't have any complaints, man. Like it just like this movie, like the Lion King is my all-time favorite Disney animated movie, and it hits so many emotions for me. And the live action, this movie hit all those same emotions, and I almost loved this. I was almost to the point of giving this a 5. I don't know if emotionally or delivery was as on point as it could have been for like the way like Jonathan Taylor Thomas or Matthew Broderick, Jeremy Irons conveys those emotions. The actors in this, like, their delivery is just a little different than the animated movie, so that's like a minor nitpick. But like I really enjoyed this movie. Like it was really fun. With all that being said, man, in my opinion, I will say that The Lion King is almost dope as fuck. Um, Worthy of an honorable mention spot. I'm not indifferent whether I should have put it in my 10 most anticipated. I'm content with where it was. Have you seen The Lion King? What did you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. And what's your top 3 favorite Disney live action remakes, retellings, reimaginings, part sequels? Because you know they've done Maleficent, which is kind of like a spin-off story. Christopher Robin, which is kind of a sequel. And everybody complains about how identical all of Disney's posters look. I know the '94 Lion King behind me is 25 years old, but you could say Beauty and the Beast, you could say Aladdin, but none of these posters look alike. I don't even think Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin look alike. If you want that shout out on my Once Upon a Time in Hollywood review, man, within $2 million higher or lower, how much will The Lion King make opening weekend, man? Be the first, be the closest, get your guesses in by noon Central Time Sunday, and you get shouted. I've recently posted reviews for Crawl, for Stuber, for Spider-Man. Check those out. As I said, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood next weekend. Hobbs and Shaw the weekend after that, man. Rec League Podcast episode 22. As far as I know for now, we're going to talk about all the Marvel Cinematic Universe news that literally just dropped. Check that out, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me? Watch these credits. Peace.